We say to clients, partner with us in decision making. And we would propose that having a thought partner is really valuable. Well, guess what? Omega Capital has a thought partner called Fundhouse.
Fundhouse is an asset consulting business. They're an independent asset consulting business.
And independent is a critical word here because Fundhouse don't have any of their own products. They only have the client's best outcome in mind when they're doing their research.
So they do all the hard research behind the scenes. They are a global company. They have offices here in South Africa as well as abroad.
And they have a huge amount of intellectual capital that they bring to the table. So, for example, I've been approached by somebody who says, I've got some UK retail savings bond. And within 30 minutes, I have the rundown on it, how it works, how it looks, what the risks are, what the advantages are, etc.
They monitor the markets, they monitor fund performance, and together we develop the portfolios and the model portfolios that we offer clients.
I'd come from an environment where a lot of clients like to have their own individual share portfolio, see their shares listed there, and feel that that's the way to invest. It's not efficient from a tax perspective. You're getting a single view of a single manager as opposed to being able to access the best managers in the world.
I don't want to sit in a meeting with a client and say we've chosen Amazon ahead of Facebook and spend half the meeting discussing that. You're missing the point. Leave it up to best of class.
We understand clients' needs. And what Fundhouse does is they understand what fund managers do. And they bring us that information.
Financial planners potentially overestimate their capabilities in choosing investment managers. I've heard a view as well that maybe men do as well.
You need to be honest with yourself to get to this answer as a financial planner. And we don't know what the best fund is in South Africa. We don't know what the best fund is in the world. So we went into the industry worldwide. And we said, let's find someone who does know it all about investments, about how you assemble portfolios, about how managers manage money, about what the best way is to manage money, all that stuff. Let's go find someone who does that really well and contract that service out to them.
One of the most difficult things was appointing Fundhouse. And why was it so difficult? Well, that's what we do. We've got all this experience and knowledge about the investment world, and now we've found someone who does it better.
Our mandate to them is to go out globally as well as locally and come back with the best asset managers in the world for that specific investment style.
And the depth of research that Fundhouse go to, I certainly hadn't seen anything like this in my 35 years in the industry.
They're a disruptor in the UK. And they have a fairly unique way of doing things. So there are many asset consultants who analyze funds, analyze asset managers, and they do the quantitative, they do the numbers. But Fundhouse have a qualitative aspect where they go and meet these managers, and they spend a lot of time in the manager's office, and they ask horrible questions.
Really getting down to the detail within the organization.
So Fundhouse will typically spend 120 hours with an asset manager looking at the performance, asking why performance occurred, does the process still work, who are the people?
Who makes the decisions in that asset management business? Is it the loudest voice? Is it the person who's been here the longest? So those are examples of the depth that Fundhouse goes to establish, are these managers the right managers for us to have?
And what they will do is they'll give it a 1, a 2 or 3 rating. It's quite a ruthless system because there's no sort of 66% pass mark. A 1 rating means everything's good. A 2 rating means there is an issue, but it's fully investable. It's just something you should be aware of and active in certain events. A 3 rating means just too many issues.
All the asset managers that we have all said, of all the asset consultants in the world, Fundhouse put them through the most rigorous approach. Appointing Fundhouse as co-investment managers to our clients' portfolios, being with us, was a turning point in Omega Capital. Our business just started flourishing.
They sit on our investment committee, and between us and Fundhouse, we construct our portfolios.
It begs the question, if they're doing the investment stuff, what are we doing at Omega Capital?
And the answer is we're giving advice.
And the reality is that the influences going forward, the most amount of influence you can have on a client's financial circumstances today is through the advice process.
And they can bring a soundboard to our decision making and our partnership that is world class and truly valuable.